What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And on this Wednesday, happy hump day. You see on with my guy, South Carolina's finest, Mr. Will Kramer. What up, Will?
Oh, man, how is it already hump day? I feel like I just got back to work this week. So the fact that we've already gotten through 2 days kind of throw me off, man. But how you doing?
Man, hey, I'm holding in there, man. I'm holding up. I'm all right. I survived back-to-back twin weekends.
Yeah, I had put in some prayers for you. Not gonna lie.
I felt that, man. I felt it. It was rough, Will.
Now, like, how long is the break here? Like, you're good for a year, 2 years? I mean, back-to-back weekends. Do I need to hush up? You know,
I mean, look, the first day I was told it was going to be an extended period of time. Then some talks have been made today where it was kind of like maybe in a couple months. I said, wait a minute, no,
Christmas, maybe right. Christmas.
Hold on, I need some time. Time. But look, all in all, it was absolutely amazing. We will get into why we went to where we went this weekend, but seeing the twin, I love them. Their interaction is something out of this world. Like, and I don't know if you've ever been around twins, but when they get together, it is just doom. Like they're on the same beat, but it's like the one step goes up, the other one goes down for the other. Like they're just on the same page. It's interesting to watch.
Yeah.
But I gotta keep headphones or something to keep me out of the conversation because it's like, leave me alone. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we definitely did that. But another thing happened today, Will. The end of an era. After 25 years in this beautiful house, my parents, Cheryl and Bob Spencer, their house, they sold their house. They signed on their papers signed for the house a couple days ago. I already bought a house in Smithfield, North Carolina, and they were driving down there to tonight. The moving truck and all that stuff's down there. My brother's driving down all the way to North Carolina. They're driving down to Richmond, and then gonna continue the trek tomorrow. But it's an end of an era. I'm happy for them, but I walked through yesterday and it was kind of like, this is my house, man. This is
it's emotions there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Right. But didn't you say something really nice that you said, it was a young couple that bought the house that can grow and create a family of their own and let the house be what it was for you all to them. So that's pretty cool too.
Exactly. There's a lot of great memories in there, but definitely glad it was able to be given to another family. They will definitely enjoy it. They are a newly married couple. I think they've only married like a couple years and love it. I absolutely love it. And hey, that's the way it is supposed to be. Catherine is over there.
That's what I hear. She's washing floors right now. She's saying, "Oh my gosh!"
I will be there soon. But definitely,
do you want to go like 2 hours, 3 hours tonight?
Actually, yeah, I can talk. Go all night. I didn't know if you wanted to do that. Like, I know, but hey, but brother, I know you. You've been dealing with some stuff yourself. Is everything on your front? How's nap time?
Man, it's nap time, bedtime. That's when the Godzilla comes out of the kid. Yep. It seems like here. So yeah, that's why I'm telling you, like, I'll be there. I'll be down in 5 minutes. I'm trying. So as soon as he gets down and is quiet, then I can come down and join you here. So yeah, it's we've had some better days. Turning 3 has brought out some emotions and some thoughts, and he's pushing buttons for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He knows what he's doing. Oh man, I feel for you, brother. I do. I'm here for you as you were for me on this lovely trip. Oh wait, Catherine saying sleep is important. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yo, so we have to move on. Want to shout out some birthdays really quickly. My fiance's mother, Miss Fran Hughes, West Virginia, has her birthday today. When I almost slipped up and said turning what age. I'm not going to do that.
Nope.
Not at all.
Just a happy birthday.
Exactly. Just happy birthday. So glad the family, actually, the Harrison, her side of the family, got together a couple days ago, and everybody was there, had a cookout, and it was a big gathering, and it was great. You know, the sisters were all together, and it was a really good, fun time. We were not there. We'll discuss that later. But all in all, I'm going to say happy birthday to you, and I hope you can rest and relax. I know Kat's going there this weekend, so happy birthday, Miss Hughes. Yeah, buddy. And speaking of birthdays, we're Washington Football Weekly, ladies and gentlemen, and but before that, we're the Washington Redskins, and one of the names that you think about when you think about the Redskins is the Hogs.
Yes.
And the anchor of the Hogs, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, let me tell you his name. His name was Mr. Joe Jacoby, number 66, 6'7". Just a big guy.
Big dude.
Let me show you what he's
doing. Redskins are moving once again. He's Griffin, right side. Big open. Good running by Griffin. He bobbles the football, and this is what they've been concerned about. And bounces into the end zone. Joe Jacoby.
The real matchups today will be Tim Harris, number 97, going against number 66 there, Joe Jacoby. Harris is a big play man for the Packers, and the Skins treat him and want to treat him today very much the same way that they treat Lawrence Taylor or Carson.
Screen to Charlie Brown, gets a block, he's to the 50, he's to the Miami 43.
So good blocking on that left side. You see Donnie Warren, 85. He makes the block. That was a key block.
How about Jacoby?
Jacoby, he always makes a key block.
Yeah, those are nice to watch.
Love it. And nothing like the late, great John Madden saying, oh, Jacoby, he always makes the key block. I love that. And look, this guy was a mammoth. This guy was the anchor of our line, as I said before, 3-time Super Bowl champion. Let's go through the accolades really quick. From 1981 to 1983, 4-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, 148 starts out of 170. Look, this guy, we are definitely sentimental towards him. We love him, because we know what he was. He was an anchor of that line, but he's not in Hall of Fame, and I don't know when he's gonna get in. But should he be in the Hall of Fame, Will?
Right. Yeah. I mean, this is the big argument every year in DC, is around the Super Bowl when they do the votes for the Hall of Fame, and he continues to not get in, and other linemen who have came in after, have retired, and everything are getting him in front of him, to the point where he may now be down to just the senior member vote, not even in with the current member vote, because he keeps getting passed on. You had some great stats that kind of help his cause. We're talking about a 4-time Pro Bowler. We're talking about, in my opinion, the bigger stat is a 3-time All-Pro, to be named the very best in your position for that season. That's a bigger type of accolade. But I think where his value, though, even more so, was in roles that you can't define. One was, or put a stat behind this, is toughness.
Yep.
All right. And versatility.
Yeah.
Joe Jacoby, at some point in his 12-year career, started at every single position along the offensive line. Does anybody do that today?
No.
No. Wes Schweitzer is about the closest thing we got, but he stays within the interior, but he would move to what the team needed. He was at one point the starting left tackle, which is that is your best offensive lineman. That's your leader. And he said when they traded Jay Schrader for Jim Lachey, he said, I'll slide inside because the team needs it. Yep. I'll learn how to play guard. I'll learn how to play center because the team needs it. So that was the kind of play here he was. And when it talks about toughness, I just remember every single year, I saw, so he played he had 148 starts, 170 games. There were so many times I remember him getting banged up, nicked up, broken stuff. He would come back. he never made a full 16 games with all of his limbs intact.
Yeah.
Ever. They were always taped up at some point. You know, he always had something going on, but he came back
casts
in.
Or whatever.
He's got those clubs that he would have to learn to play with. But he would always come back in. So I think it's one of those things where, when you if you just look at it from a stat standpoint, there are players that are getting in before him that have more accolades, more Pro Bowls, more All Pros. But he was also in an era when we didn't keep as many stats. Like they didn't talk about pancakes. We saw those clips of him throwing people down. That wasn't a stat there to compare with today's players. So it's kind of one of those things where the argument in the DC area is Joe Jacoby paved the way for Jonathan Ogden, for Kevin Mawai, for Steve Hutchinson to come in, for the Allen Fanekas. They have better stats, but so the next candidate that comes in may have more All Pros, but should you not let the guy who paved the way get in first?
Right. Absolutely. And when I think of Joe Jacoby, I think of the Jackie Slaters or the Dan Deerdorfs, the old John Hanna's, even the older guys. Now some of these guys obviously were revered a little bit more, and like you said, Jacoby with the injuries and whatnot, maybe that's playing a factor. But honestly, just because I'm a homer, I mean, I just think when you think about the Hogs, he was one of those consistent forces that was always on there. And he was one of those guys, like you said, very flexible, can move to any position that was needed. And he's that guy, man. 3-time Super Bowl champ. Happy birthday to you, first and foremost. But I don't know, man. If not now, if not in the next, obviously not this year, if not the next year or so, you talked about him being in the senior recognition of the Hall of Fame. Like, how long do you think it would take? Like,
if ever. That's the concern, is if ever, because so they've created this category to allow for more players kind of in the situation like Jacoby, because you've got writers today, you've got fans today, where now if they're looking at, okay, I've got to let somebody in, and I could let in T.O., who I know, so I saw him play, I saw the players he made, he dominated, or this guy named Jacoby, who are they going to vote for?
Right.
So they've created this kind of senior class to let more of these folks get in around, with some writers who were around during that time, who remember these guys, which is kind of important. So you got to hope that that will happen. But he's already been passed over for the last year or two with this senior class. So it really is. It's a wonder. Could it potentially be this is their anti-Snyder campaign? We're not going to let Snyder's boy get in right now, because Snyder will be celebrating and he'll be there and, that type of stuff. Could that have anything to do with it? There have been reports that a few years ago when Bruce Allen and Dan Snyder would be at the Hall of Fame, especially Bruce Allen, he would campaign for Jacoby. And Bruce had that sly used car salesman talk to him that would tick off other owners and tick off sports writers, and word would trickle out. Bruce Allen's campaigning for Jacoby again. Say no. And he didn't get in. And so it's almost like, is he getting hurt because of Dan Snyder, because of Bruce Allen, because of basically who he is associated with?
Well, right. And I mean, also makes you think of Brian Mitchell. You know what I mean? Yeah. And how great he is and how he continues to get overlooked. And that's something that definitely crossed my mind. It's just that people just do not want to be associated with that or give any opportunity for him to be, you put up on a pedestal or raised up like your organization did this. Because that was honestly before him. You know what I mean?
Yes, so, exactly. Well, it's like you think about it for the Hall of Fame or pro football historians will say, who is the greatest offensive line in the history of the game? Most likely they're going to say the Hawks. Yeah. Well, Russ Grimm has gotten in, and they call him Boss Hog, and he was the best of them all. Yep. Number 2 was Jacoby. Yeah. So it's like, if you're going to call him the best, are you saying only one guy on there was Hall of Fame worthy, and the rest were just good players? It's kind of a hard argument.
Yeah, it definitely is. So look, we definitely think you should be in, and on your birthday, man. Hey, time has come, guys. Time has come. Mm-hmm. Stop punishing us for our owner. All right? Let these guys that were the foundation of a dynasty in the 80s and early 90s. Let them get their just deserves. Hopefully he can get in soon, but I don't know. I do not know. My guy, Mr. Will Kramer, man, we got to go ahead and we got to move on real quick.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is. Yeah,
I like
buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on because we have special news. There was a leak. We've been talking about the song, the Our Fight song. We've been singing it since we started this show, and we were so glad when we felt that they're going to bring this back potentially. There's a leaked video, and Will, sounds pretty good. Let's see if we can go ahead and play it real quick. Forgive me. Yeah, there we go.
was a thing of beauty.
Let's go. I love it. Let's go.
Oh. Tell me how you feel hearing that.
Ooh, that felt so good, man. That felt like home. That felt like just what we're used to. But this is Washington. That's still the Redskins. You know what I mean? You can call it whatever you want to call it, but the R is right there. That's Super Bowls. That's Mark Griffin, Doug Williams, Joe Theismann. That's the Hogs, the posse. That's it for me right there. Woo-hoo.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved it, man. What'd you think?
Yeah. So, I mean, that, like you said, that home is a perfect way to describe it. That was like kind of they've been talking about trying to bridge the Redskins fans with the new fans to become Commanders fans. And to me, there was always something missing, the last couple of years. You score a touchdown and you hear touchdown Washington, something was missing, and it didn't feel right to me to really sing Hail to the Redskins when they weren't that anymore. But if they've changed the name or they've changed the name, they're going to change the lyrics to kind of match it. We're saying Hail to the Commanders, which I have to assume we are because that is the official Twitter hashtag of the team. So it's got to be coming. In that video, if you saw the background, it said store.washingtonfootball.com. Yeah. So we're like, this is probably the first time it's ever been, the public has found that this has been played since the name was retired. So that's kind of a big deal. And I'm kind of surprised this didn't go too bigger than it is. It kind of, basically the team kind of ignored that this got out and been practicing. But it feels really good.
Yes,
it does. I'll tell you. And this is when we talk about us being dorks. So in preparation for tonight's show, my job is bat duty for both of the boys.
Yeah.
And so I was with our little 6-month-old, and I was just looking at him, I get real close and I just started humming to him. I was like, bum, 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 bum. And he's smiling at me. You know, it's like that's exactly what us dorks talk about as like the stuff to pass along to our kids and our sing with our siblings and friends. And, you know, like, and that's what I'm saying. So like, that's going to be fun. And I think it's going to allow people to transition to the Commanders quicker. By you bring in what we want. We want to sing the song, and it's coming. I can't wait. I think they said the first preseason game against the Carolina Panthers.
Really?
So early August is when it's going to make its official debut. And I will let you know that Mr. Anton has season tickets. And he's got week 1 for sale, so that may be a must go to.
Oh, yeah. I actually already sat there and inquired about that. So we might sit there and figure that one out because that is a nice little I definitely want to see that, man. I'm so excited to see that if they bring that back and just that feeling, man, just that's what it will, like you said, it will make us feel like home. And you're absolutely right. It will help us transition to the Commanders. And again, obviously, winning cures all, you know, more. And the more we're hearing that, the more we must be winning. So let's get it. Let's get it. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we will be seeing this fall. And believe me, we will have videos playing, recording. The first time we hear that, I'm going on.
It's going to feel good. It's going to feel good.
It is going to feel good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got to go ahead and move on just one more time.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is. Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, from good news to bad news. Again, Dan Snyder, he just can't get along with anybody, ladies and gentlemen. And his most recent or his most prolonged little feud is with the Washington Post. And break this thing down, man. What is going on with this? Because I know there's been letters been sent, emails. It's just getting out of hand. Talk to me about this whole situation.
You're right when you're saying it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand, honestly, for both sides. And they kind of need to start, I don't know, in my opinion, becoming grown-ups and getting along.
Yep.
So Snyder and the Post have not gotten along for many, many years now. And we're talking over 10 years because the Snyder, Allen, the team, Larry Michael, they all felt the Washington Post was being overly critical of them too often. Every single beat writer that would come through, Jason Lockenfora, Jason Reed, Mark Maskey, they would eventually sour on them because they weren't writing enough puff pieces, to be honest. And so that's kind of where it started. And so then while they couldn't restrict access, they could give exclusives to other folks and they could ignore journalism requests by the Post. So it kind of, these bitter feelings happened. Recently, they're still kind of going back and forth. And where I say they both kind of need to grow up and just move along with their days is, so essentially what happened is over the weekend, the Washington Post had an editorial column written by Sally Jenkins. Okay. Sally is a very accomplished writer. She's written many books. She is very well known. Sally also lives in New York City. All right. So she's writing about a team in a town she doesn't live, which we all know in today's world, you can do, there's a lot more connection before. Yeah. But it rubs people the wrong way when she continues to write all these stories that blast the team when she's not around to see anything else. So it's everything she talks about is negative. All right. So she wrote an editorial over the weekend, and part of what she said is true. Basically what she's saying is this new Dan Snyder sounds very similar to the old Dan Snyder.
Yep.
And she mentioned in it, the congressional campaign that's going on and the hearings, and the fact that what came out at the last one is that Dan Snyder and his cronies were running a shadow campaign. Basically, when one of the cheerleaders would come out to say that they were going to speak out in public, Snyder would have somebody tail them follow them home, to eventually kind of learn a little bit more about them, basically to use it against them, or then to go up to them and offer them hush money. Say, if you would not go testify, we'll give you this amount of money. So what Sally's saying is true. Like, this is still the same old Dan Snyder, even though the NFL claims that, he's gone away.
Right.
She's true. The problem of it is the congressional hearings were on June 22nd.
Yeah.
The article came out on July 3rd. In today's time, that is several news cycles ago. We've already moved on. And that's the part that the Commanders got really upset about, is like they said, so they responded to it and basically say this is a smear campaign by the Washington Post. They're just trying to continue to put out bad stories about us.
Yeah.
And what the Commanders say has some validity. Every time something good has happened, the Post is coming out with something negative. On 2/2/22, they dropped the new name. On 2/3, there was something in the Post about allegations. Every time we do something good, recently they would say, we just signed Terry McLaurin, the best player the franchise has had in years, and you drop this late story. Right. So they're not wrong in what they're saying. The problem that I have with this is it's taken away from the Washington Post, from all the good things they're doing. Because the Washington Post is the one who broke the news about the cheerleading scandal. Yep. They broke the news about the sexual harassment. They're the ones who broke that big story of what 1 or 2 summers ago that, some of the stuff leaked out that was totally false, but essentially they broke this whole story. That's what people need to be thinking of the Post. And if you keep kind of going back to the well and keep, it's like it's getting too old.
Yeah.
But the part I don't like about the Commanders, and this is where I think they need to grow up, and this is where you can really tell that Snyder's still running things. It's not about the fact that they responded.
Yeah.
It's how they responded. In it, they were very nasty in their response. They were petty. They were, very accusatory. And I'm not a PR person, all right? But I can tell you that for years now, I've watched what we publicize and what we respond and said, could have said that a whole lot better. Yeah. Rather than, all they could have said was, there's been another article that comes out. We want to focus on the future and what we're building now. And they could have said that and left it at that. Instead, they really talked about, we've hired a Latino coach in Ron Rivera. Excuse me. We've hired the first African-American team president in Jason Wright. And Tanya Snyder's the first female owner and / CEO. It's basically kind of throwing in your face that makes you say, are you hiring these people because they're qualified? Or are you hitting quotas?
Yeah.
Because they're basically now coming and patting themselves on the back with these statements for all their diversity campaigns. Yeah. Hiring Jennifer King as the first female. Exactly. And that's where it's like, Commanders, you all got to also just like swallow your pride and let this go. Know what you're doing is putting yourself in the right path. You don't need to publicly respond to every single thing, because you got to grow up and kind of let the adults take over. And so it's just, that's kind of what's been going on lately. Again, it's like, this is the only thing Snyder's in the news for, is bad stuff. I'm just getting sick and tired of the two of them acting like teenagers, truthfully.
And it's just like, when is it ever going to end? Unfortunately, as we have both named him, he is Teflon Dan. He somehow continues to evade getting terminated, getting kicked out of the league. I don't know what's going to happen, but he's still here. And as you've seen with the prior conversation with Joe Jacoby, it's affecting more than just the team. Now it's affecting guys that played before he was even here, and he's really potentially messing that up for them. So
that's a good point.
It's just ridiculous, man. It's just ridiculous. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to move on. We got something special for you. We got a lot of people coming in here, and look, there's been a hot topic, ladies and gentlemen. There's been an absolutely hot topic, and it's called Carson Wentz. Will, I put up the video on YouTube, 2-minute clip, real short. Checked it today. Over 700 views on that video.
Oh my gosh.
We have over 20 comments, people just going back and forth. Some people saying, hey, Carson, look, let him be. He's fine. This is just practice. He's going to be all right. Once he gets Terry back, he'll be fine. On the other side, I got people saying, nah, Carson, this is what Carson does. He flashes. He's got talent, but it's all up here. It's all up here. And people have been really going back and forth about that. So I thought we should give people an opportunity to come on here and give us their little 2 cents.
Love
it's gonna
that.
be real quick. We got a lot of people coming in here, so we're gonna make it like a brief, like two to 3 minutes, and we're gonna ask y'all a couple questions. Just let us know what's going on. But before that, this segment is brought to you by my guy. I visited my guy in Virginia Beach this weekend, and he's like what Martin Payne say on the show. Martin, like a man smoking at a gas station. He's about to blow up. Let's go, Anton Benson. He's a handyman.
Hey there, ladies and gents. Your local handyman, Anton Benton, here to help you with your problems. I'm here right now on the job site, taking out whole kitchen cabinets. A little bit more work to do, but if you got a project at your house that you need to get completed, I'm your guy to finish it up for you. Give me a call, let me know what you need to get done.
Your new company, man. Shout out to your new company. Go ahead and tell the world about your new company real quick.
Oh boy. So marketing Anton Benton Pros.
Yes.
Doing everything from plumbing to electrical to making huge decks to doing closets.
Yes.
Doing it all. Doing it all.
That's what's up, man. I'm super happy
Thank
for
you guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Starting off with my guy, Mr. Anton Benton. What up, baby?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on? I thank you. I thank you, man. I thank you for that promotion there. I thank you. I'm going to give you that update real soon. I tell you what.
I like that. I like that. Will, man, what we got, man? Let's bring him in with the Carson Wentz stuff, man.
Okay, hot fire questions. All right, so first one. Where does Carson rank compared to the rest of the quarterbacks in the NFC East?
I'll say Dak, Wentz, Hurts, and Donald.
Jones.
Yeah,
Jones.
Daniel Jones. Yeah. All right, so you got him at 2. All right.
Okay.
I think
like
so.
That. I like that. Here's something that's gonna make you think for a little bit. How many games does Carson Wentz start in 2022?
You know how like they give you like a certain amount of games before they cut you and stuff like that. I think he'll last longer than Haskins did. So I'll give him at least 6 starts before they really think, all right, can they keep him in or they don't.
So you're not real confident in him.
No, because I have the fact that this is a guy that's got his last chance. So if he starts messing up, getting those interceptions and going worse than what he's done, 6 games is what I get. But that's that confirmation. Like, is he going to fall off or is he going to make something better of the team?
Okay. So that kind of segues into the last question is what are, like, do you have stats for him for this year or just what are your expectations of him as a quarterback?
I'm going to lowball it and say don't have more interceptions than TDs. How about that?
Okay.
Honestly, no, I really think that, you know, with the year of 35-7 last year,
27-7.
I think he could probably shoot us over 25 touchdowns this year.
Okay.
I really think like with all the weapons that we have, as he had in Indianapolis, you know, he's got McLaurin, he's got Samuel, he's got both sides of the ball to really use. So I think he's going to be an air threat, honestly.
Okay. I like that. My guy,
Awesome.
yo.
Love it.
Appreciate that, man.
No, I'm here for you, man.
Oh, yeah. We'll definitely bring you on in the future to get you on here. Shout out to my guy, Anton Benson, man. Anton Benson Pros, baby. Doing his thing, baby. Doing his thing.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, we'll see you next time. Yes, sir. Yo, we're going to keep this thing going. Bring in another member of the Washington Football Weekly crew. My guy, Mr. Hello.
What's up, fellas? What's
Hello.
up? How you doing, man?
Doing
what
good.
up,
I
baby?
love that flag in the background. I'm so jealous.
Hey, man, I got it before everything started shutting down on the boys, man.
Ooh, that is nice. I can dig it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yo, let's go right into it. You heard what we was asking, Anton. I'm gonna start off. Where do you think Carson Wentz ranks in as far as NFC East quarterbacks?
So I don't know what so you guys know that I'm like I'm pessimistic a lot of times and optimistic like hardly ever. But my boy Carson Wentz is gonna be a Pro Bowler.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
He's gonna be a Pro Bowler, dog. Okay.
Wow.
I see it, man. I really do. I think this is his comeback. Is to shut everybody up. And you guys got to understand, too, this is even though we have him on lock the next 2 years after this is his contract there. There's no more guaranteed money after this year. So he is put up or shut up, and he's going to shut everybody up.
Let's go.
It would be beautiful. It would be beautiful. So then this will probably be a really quick answer for you then. How many starts is he going to have?
It's all 17.
Ooh,
all 17. Yep. No, wait. 18.
Playoff, baby. Let's go. Let's
18,
go.
19.
Let's go.
21.
I can dig it. No, all right, look. So, he went 27-7 last year. We know what kind of offense they had. They didn't have as many weapons. I think we have more weapons. With Terry McLaurin, we now signed him. If we got Jahan Dotson, who's been showing out. Our tight ends have been showing. Once we get Logan Thomas, and if we get a healthy Curtis Samuel, you know what I mean? Maybe even De'Ami Brown will get on the field this year, baby. Let's go. Yo, what numbers are you seeing, man? Are we top 5 in QBs? Or what are we thinking, man?
No, so we got so I like to me realistically I can see a 65% completion rate, 65%. I can see 4,800 yards.
That's a big season.
Yeah, 4,800 yards. And touchdown TD. Let's go 33-7. Okay.
Let's go. I like that.
I mean, you're talking MVP numbers here.
Man, it's not quite because I think MVP got to be pushing that like 40 a bit. So, but he's going to be in the conversation throughout the year, and we're going to win some games that people don't think we're going to win. So I do see it, guys. I do.
Oh, I love that.
You're gonna have some fun with those season tickets this fall,
right?
I'm hoping to, bro. I'm hoping to.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. Yo, my man, it is such a joy and a pleasure to see you again, man. We love you coming back on here, shooting up, talk to us about this stuff, man. We'll definitely get you on in the fall to talk, and actually coming into these next couple weeks because we got to do that breakdown of the roster. So you already know.
You let me know. You let me know. I love you guys. You guys keep doing the great thing, man.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
that.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
All right, man. Talk to you soon. Here we go. Moving right along, we're going to bring in the host of North Sports Dynasty, Mr. Andrew Faubert.
What up, baby? How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Doing well. How are you?
Oh, buddy, off work and I'm ready to go. Let's talk some Commanders.
Let's go. We ready. Will, what you got, man?
All right. So, and this is going to be great. We get a little non-Commander fan in here. So now we're going to get some good perspective. We appreciate this. So where do you see Carson Wentz ranking in the NFC East?
I got to give it to Dak, obviously, to be the first one. But, I mean, the distance between Hurts and Carson Wentz can't be that far off. I mean, Hurts or whatever is going to be good, but I think Carson may eventually be the second best in that division. It all depends on how the rest of the team goes, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is at the end of the season Dak, Hurts, and then obviously Wentz and then Jones.
Gotcha. Okay.
I can see that. Let me ask you this. One of the biggest issues for Carson Wentz over the last couple of years has been health. Not only physically but mentally. How many games do you think he starts for Washington this year?
17. All 17.
Nice.
Give them all 17. Yeah, all 17.
I love that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so what are your expectations for him? What do you anticipate? You know, if you've got stats to back it up, you certainly can to compare him to other guys. Or just what do you think he's going to be like?
I could see him going 3,700 yards. Give him the 25 to 27 TDs, but here's where the caveat would be. I'd only see him throwing 8 to 10 touchdown or interceptions. Can only see it, like only a handful of it, and the guy's going to have at least 600 rushing yards too, because everyone forgets that like you guys got a pretty nice running back in the draft there too. Yeah. And like my whole thing is a lot of that is going to happen. Like Ron Rivera had success with the 2 running back system there in Carolina for a little bit, and I think even those 3 running backs that you have could probably put up 17 to 2,000 yards themselves. So that just takes a lot of the stress off of him personally. So yeah. I think his season will be pretty good without it being, a flash of the pen for the stat sheet there.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said there. Looking at, last year he was 27-7 with 3,500 yards with the running back who ran for 1,800 yards. Mm-hmm. I think you're going to see a similar blueprint from. Yeah, I think that's the same type of like way, the style that Rivera wants to go. I think he doesn't want to air it out and throw for 400 yards a game. He wants a little bit more game management out of this guy to pound the ball. I think you're right.
Yeah, and I think they can go. I think they can go 9-8. But if you can just catch one of those top teams slipping in the season, and you keep consistency, you guys will be right in there, man. I give it to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Health will definitely be a factor that we're gonna try to get hold of. Real quick before you leave, man, tell people about North Sports Dynasty, your show, Fridays, everything, what you got going on. I'm hopping on there this week, man.
Yes, sir. So we got NSD every Friday nights. We're going to be doing, we got guests every single weekend. Dynasty, football talk, my Bucks talk, obviously. I only got one more season of greatness here, guys. I got to enjoy it, okay? And then we go back to the old relevancy of the Bucks. So every Friday night, catch me on around 6 or 7 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and every other. Go west from there. So.
Right.
I can dig it.
Awesome.
Love it, man. Awesome. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Have a great one, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate
it. Yes, sir. Take care, bud.
You too.
All right. From a place that I just was a week and a half ago with the Twins, and I actually saw this person there at karaoke, Miss Delilah Crespo.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? Oh my God, it's been a while since I've been on a football show. Oh my goodness, right? I gotta hop on more often on the other shows too, just to at least say my piece.
Absolutely. Yep. You got to get it off your chest. This is football therapy.
Therapy, absolutely. So look, let's go ahead and dive right into it. Talking about Carson Wentz. Honestly, Will, hit her with the first one.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I'm sure you've already heard it, but where do you see him ranking in the NFC East?
I actually could see him third and maybe sneaking into second, depending on what the Eagles do. Only because the Eagles, honestly, like, kudos to them because they really took care of business in the draft and all that. So, they're a team to watch. So I definitely could see you guys coming in second or even third. Just because just with Dak, if he stays healthy, it's just kind of hard to beat that guy. It's just it is what it is, right? So, but yeah, I definitely don't see you guys at the bottom. I could definitely see you guys going 8-9, maybe 8-10 now, right? 18 weeks.
Yeah.
So
17.
Yeah. So I could definitely see you guys improving with Carson from last year, especially like you got Terry now, and I think he's been. I've been following his social media, and he said that him and Carson have bonded, and that he's a really nice guy, and that he's bonded with the other players. And I know people don't talk about that a lot, but you do have to respect your leader and mesh. And so the fact that they're actually getting along, and he's, singing his praises, so like that's actually, that's great, right? You signed Terry, and he's saying like, watch out for Carson, like he's putting in the work, like, so, and so hey, if Scary Terry is saying keep an eye out for Carson, then obviously he's seeing something, right? So,
right. I'll believe him.
So yeah. So I and he did pretty good. He had a 62% completion. So I don't see him going down from that, honestly. Right. Like I don't see him worsening. You know what I mean? Like I see him staying about the same. He had close to 3,600 yards, so I see him about the same. Maybe if with Terry he can get some more. Maybe he can get to 4,000. to make up that difference. But I think you guys have a solid QB. We know that, right? Like, whatever the issues, he did have a winning team with the Colts, right? So, he played all the games. So I see the same thing. I don't see him being pulled for any reason unless, circumstances. But
well, right. So now that's the other question, because health also
that's the issue. Yeah.
Right. So do you think he will play a full 17, or do you think he'll have hits here and there?
I mean, he pulled it off last season, right? I mean, and I know it's a new season, but the good thing is that I think the kid's ready too. So you guys have a solid backup. Sam Howell's hungry, and he seems okay to be in the position he's in. So
and hey, I love my guy.
I know you do.
Don't feed him.
I know, right? I know. He's so happy. I know. No, but I honestly, unless there's some circumstances beyond our control, I don't see why he's not going to play all the games. And I think he's going to play some solid football and get you a lot of wins also. The first 2 games, you guys play the Jaguars and Detroit. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
go. Start off.
No offense, yeah, exactly. So
let's go.
But yeah, no, I think I see good things. I don't see why, honestly, he did well for the Colts last season. I don't see why he'd do worse. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense.
Sure.
Absolutely. Low. So, Delilah, we appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not know, this fall, Delilah Crespo is one of the hosts for Let's Talk Football, the Round Table, and Let's Talk Football Ladies Takeover, Round Table Tuesday, Takeover on Thursday. Give you all the news and notes and special stories. But, Delilah and I were talking today, and there's something that you came up with that we might do this season. So if you guys don't know today, there is breaking news. Delilah, will you give us that breaking news real quick?
Well, Mayfield has a new home, right? Carolina.
Yes.
That means Sam Darnold will be fighting for that starting position. You know it. That is going to be some interesting preseason games. And once that training camp starts, it's gonna be something else.
Fun.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they both went in the same draft, 2018. Mayfield went first. Sam was third. So here they are competing again.
Right? It's kind of sad with that quarterback class.
Right.
Ooh, man.
But listen, so with that, this fall, Delilah, I will be giving her the link for each of the shows. Anytime there's breaking news, sometimes it happens mid-show. Delilah's going to hop on, drop a Delilah bomb, like I will said. Yes. Give us the latest news and notes. If you don't know, if you are not a member of the Let's Talk Football group on Facebook or the chats, she is always coming with the latest, most up-to-date news, the latest trades, draft, everything. And I absolutely appreciate you for that, Delilah. So we're going to just go ahead and keep that thing going. Yeah. All right? Let's make it happen.
Love it.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Yes. Love it. All right. See you, Delilah. And one more from that same area, the Windy City, my guy, Mr. Nicholas. I want the smoke, Rosario.
All right, look. I'm out here in the streets of Chicago, so let's make this quick. My phone's probably going to die. And I got Will Kramer and Homer Spencer. I was going to call him Homer Simpson for a minute. But Homer Spencer over there. Look, let's be honest. I have been critical of Wentz for 2 reasons. He hasn't been the same since the Eagles, and the poor guy can't get out of his own head. This is the year. This is his opportunity to right that ship. You can't complain about the offense. You have a decent line. You have some weapons. You have the opportunity to correct anything that has gone wrong in the last 3-4 years since Philadelphia. I don't want excuses. I don't want to hear about blah, 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 and this happened, that happened. You guys are sold on Carson Wentz? Great. I want to see it. I don't see it, and I'm not buying it right now. And you're not going to do anything right now to change my mind, because I'm telling you, there's something in that young man's head that he has not gotten rid of that holds him back from being as good as he could be.
Very true.
And that's a shame, but it's there.
Look, hold up. We got a way of doing this here. All right,
structure here.
Right, there's a structure. Look,
I got a structure for you, believe me.
In the NFC East, where does he rank in the NFC East?
Well, let's look at this. You got Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott. And one Carson Wentz. If I'm being honest, my opinion only. So take it for what it is. Even though I'm not a Dak fan, I got to put Dak ahead of him.
Yeah.
And slightly, maybe Jalen Hurts, maybe not. I'd say he's right there in the middle with him.
Yeah.
I would say him and Jalen are probably even at this point. And then Daniel Jones brings up the rear. Like I said, This is Carson's chance. Your division is still not strong. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's still there for the taking, guys. And Washington has the ability to take it over, but you got to win, and it's got to start with Carson.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's there. You guys.
So you mentioned, he hasn't been the same since his injury. How many games do you see him starting this year?
See, that's the thing. I told Sean this before, and I kind of said it in a joking manner, but man, get Taylor Heineke ready by week 5, maybe, because Carson just doesn't seem to want. I don't know. Again, I'm being half-hearted here, but I don't know. It's just something's not right, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And again, I hope he can overcome it. But again, I would have Tyler, whatever his name is. I would have Heineke ready to go, man. I'm telling you. It just, man, I'm telling you, I'm not sold. I'm just not. And I know you guys are excited, and you should be. It's your team. Like, it's great. You want a new energy. You want all that. I get it. But I got to see it, man. I'm not buying it.
I can dig it. That's all we wanted.
We appreciate the outside perspective, too. We need to get beyond the walls of DC.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to. And again, just know, though, that on October 13th, Thursday Night Football, my Chicago Bears will wipe the floor with their Washington Commandos. And you're going to take that. That's all there is to it.
We do not
and that's what I have to say about that.
What? What? Really?
All that for that?
Yeah.
Nick, as you're talking, as you're ranting a little bit here, all I can do is hear your Chicago accent and just think of the super fans from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's right, pal. You got a couple of Polish. That's right. I'm done.
Yeah, the Bears. Who would win in a fight, Ditka or a Hurricane? That's all I hear.
Let's go. Yo, my guy, appreciate you, Nick. Absolutely love that you came on here, man. For those of you that don't know, my guy is heavy deep in this Let's Talk Football game. Host of Let's Talk Football, the Round Table. Also goes on Let's Talk Football Sunday and appears on all the other shows, as you see with him tonight. Appreciate you getting on here, Nick. I think his phone might have died. I think it went. Appreciate you, buddy. We'll definitely talk soon, man. Get a phone on a charger, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Awesome.
Woo-wee.
Awesome.
That was
I like
fun.
that. Yeah.
That was nice.
It was good. And there was a lot of some common answers there. So that was good to hear from, Washington fans and then some outside perspective. So let's let us answer these questions.
Absolutely.
So let's start it off. Is where do we see? I'll come to you. Where do you rank Carson Wentz in the NFC East?
Right now, I have him as number 2. Honestly, I think his talent level, obviously, we got Dak up here. As long as Dak is healthy, I think he is definitely the best. You have next, I think, Carson Wentz, just because that talent is still there. Yes, he makes mistakes, tries to play hero ball, whatever, but he still has it. Jalen Hurts, he still has to prove it to me. I understand that his team got better. That's great. But Jalen Hurts has to prove it to me in that system. And Daniel Jones is hanging on, man. He might surprise some people and do something. But Daniel Jones, in my opinion, he's number 4. What do you think?
I have the same rankings. I think we're all kind of at that point where, you could go either way for 2 and 3 with Hurts and Wentz. I'm going to go Wentz. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's a better passer than Hurts.
Yeah.
I love Jalen Hurts. I loved watching him in Alabama. When he got drafted by the Eagles, I was kind of bummed, like, oh man, I want to see this guy succeed. I don't want to see it in Philly.
Right.
But the thing about him that I always kind of question is the throwing ability. Because, you look at Wentz, even with the Colts last year, had better stats than Jalen, but Hurts has that, 700, 800 yards rushing. Right. But the same thing that happened at Alabama, I think is going to happen here in the pros is eventually you're going to have to win games from the pocket.
Yeah.
And that's where I just don't know if Hurts is going to get up that. So I go Wentz at number 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Does he play a full 17?
I do. I am all in on him because I think Ron and the GMs, their reputation's on the line for this. They traded away some stuff. I know we've talked about there's an out with the contract, but what does that say where for another season you brought in another veteran quarterback that doesn't work out?
Didn't work. Right.
Right. And so I think, Ron already is pretty loyal to the quarterbacks as is, and to some players. I see him going long leash with this kid because he's seen what Heineke can do. So that's not the answer. So I see long leash, 17 games.
Okay.
How about you?
Okay. I honestly, I see 14. I think Heineke comes in here and gives us that flair and that backup and keeps us going. But I see him maybe an ankle, maybe a foot, maybe something that is not permanent, but it's going to take him out for a little bit of time. I question that the longevity in his health. Like I can think he can sustain for a little period of time, but a full 17 seasons is going to be interesting. So, and I also want to see the head game that Nicholas was talking about. I'm with that. So I think 13, 14 games for sure. I would love to see 17, but I'm thinking 13 and 14.
Okay.
For real. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Now. So then the last one would be, what are his stats? What are your expectations?
Last year, 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. I think he'll be 30 and 13, 30 TDs, 13 interceptions. And I think he's going to just crack maybe like 31, 3,200 yards.
So you got less yards.
Yeah, I got less. I think the offense is going to run. We have a number. We have 3, big time running backs in the backfield. I think we're going to use that. And if we can get Curtis Samuel healthy, I think they're going to try to put him and McKissick are going to try to be like a dual threat of what Debo is. You know what I mean? Coming on, going in the slot, or maybe coming in the backfield or something like that. So I kind of think it's not going to be. I think he's going to have more rushing yards. I do agree with what they were saying earlier that he's going to have maybe not 600, but I think he's going to have a lot more rushing yards because I think he's going to need to scramble for a period of time. So I'm thinking he's having less, but the touchdowns I think is going to be more, and I think he's going to be throwing a little bit more, and he's going to be trying to give us. He's still going to be hero ball at sometimes, and I think he will throw some costly interceptions that want to make you throw your remote at the TV, but I think he'll make up for it and like throw a couple interceptions in like a 42-37 game where he brings us back later on in the game or something like that. I think you're right. I think he's going to give us that punch where he's going to take off his helmet and be like, let's go, like, and just get us amped for this guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be long term as far as in max number of years, but I think he's going to give us something this year because he's got a lot to prove, and I just believe it, man. I believe it. So what do you think about the numbers? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of going a little mix between Ab and was it Andrew?
Yeah.
Because I do think we're going to have a similar style with Indy where we're going to focus on the run. But I think we have better weapons, and that's going to get him hyped a little bit. And I think also to play against a team like Dallas and probably Philly, we're probably going to have some high-scoring games against them. It may not be a defensive battle. So like you said, 42-37 type games, I think you're right. I think you're going to see that. And I think he's going to throw a few more picks playing hero ball, just like you said, because he's got these weapons that he knows they have a chance to make a play.
Right.
So I'm going to go. He's going to have 28 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. I'm going to go a little bit higher on the yards this year. He's going to get about 3,700 because he's got the ability to go a little bit deeper. But I think we've kind of said this before. The bar is so low here. I think he's going to be good to us.
Right.
Like, there's going to be other people who can be critical of him and pull out stats along the season that are going to say, he's not that good. But to us, he's going to be so much more of a weapon than we've ever had. I'm like, dude, this is the perfect situation for you to bounce back and look good.
Exactly. What better way to do it than in your old division against the team that, won a Super Bowl but on the bench, and where everything comes back full circle. Hopefully this is the year. Hopefully he does it for us. I'm excited with that. I liked it. Thank you so much for everybody that came on here and talked with us. We're definitely going to be doing that this fall and more going into the fall. It is July, so in August, bringing people on here and seeing y'all's opinions. What do you think about what the talent we have on the team, Carson Wentz, which is a popular topic, or this whole Dan Snyder thing? Are you numb to it? You know what I mean? Because as we've seen, that story, we have no shortage of things to talk about when it comes to Dan Snyder, but people don't really seem to care anymore. It's just like, well,
we're turning numb to it.
Right. It's like he's not getting taken out. So it's ridiculous. But it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go ahead and let you go. But before we do, definitely want to shout out one of the members of the Let's Talk Football community, Mr. Anthony Handy of Zagnif Productions. He has a promotion going on right now. I'm going to play this, and I want you to check it out. My name is Sean Spencer. This guy over here, South Carolina's finest, Papa Will Kramer, baby. Another good one, my friend. Yes, sir. We will see you next time, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Zagnif Productions, in association with Zagnif Apparel, gives you the opportunity to win free athletic gear. And here's how you do it. Visit the Zagnif Apparel Design Shop at Etsy.com. Purchase any piece of apparel that will automatically qualify you for the August 7th drawing for free apparel. Each purchase counts as one entry. No limit on the number of entries allowed. At least one lucky winner will win one free outfit. That's right, one free top, one free bottom. Note, the embroidered bomber jackets will not be regarded as prizes for this sweepstakes. July 30th is the last day to enter. So get to the Zagnif Apparel Design Shop at Etsy.com today for your chance to win free athletic gear, courtesy of Zagnif Apparel, in conjunction with Zagnif Productions, LLC.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
We are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. The lion. New man looks so fine. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I am Sean Spencer.